No, just kidding. I mean, this is a toy prop. I bought it on the internet for like £12. Hi, and welcome back to... What did I name this again? Something very obvious and on the nose. Welcome back to Doctor Who, exactly. Yes, welcome back to the pilot of the new series of Doctor Who, which is a name that plays with the title, obviously. You know me, I know you, we both like Doctor Who, otherwise you probably wouldn't be watching this. The problem is with Doctor Who is that it is such a long-running series. I mean, even the returning series at the moment has been going over for 10 years. And as brilliant as the current Doctor Peter Capaldi is, it is quite a threshold for people to just jump into a new series. Which is why right now we have the pilot with Pearl Mackie. Whereas series 8 and 9, they were absolutely brilliant in my opinion. In series 8 and 9 they brought along Jenna Louise Coleman from Matt Smith's last series, and in the first part that was a boon. It helped us cross over into the new Doctor, who was quite different from the last ones, to say the least. But series 9, despite personally feeling it was very strong, it wasn't very easily accessible for new viewers, and on TV it had a massive drop in ratings. Now yes, I know this is partly because media is changing and the way you are consuming it is changing as well. Look at Netflix, look at iPlayer, look at people still pirating things every bloody day. After Clara Oswald's departure, head writer Stephen Moffat decides to, you know, give us a soft reboot. He did this before with series 5, where he had a clean slate, and while he's still bringing on Peter Capaldi for this series, it still feels like a fresh start. And I have to say, the pilot knocks it out of the park. I don't want to be too fanboyish, I don't want to say it's absolutely perfect. I have a few niggles here and there, but as a start of a series, it's made me very hopeful. I like Clara a lot. I mean, at first I felt she was very bland and blasé. She only had half a series to, you know, show off Jenna's acting chops and give us an idea who she is, and I don't think they actually got to that point. But series 8 especially, I really loved her to bits. To the degree that I thought that Last Christmas should have basically been her last Christmas, but that's another discussion for another day. So the pilot introduces us to Bill Potts, and I've given my brief impression when they first showed that teaser trailer with the Daleks, and I genuinely like her. She seems to be a bit thick, or maybe not quick on the uptake. I don't want to be too harsh, I don't want to call her stupid. Then again, a lot of the classic series Doctor's companions have been a bit dim. I mean, look at Jo Grant, I mean, come on. Look at Donna Noble. They're not all meant to be brilliant geniuses that immediately pick up on everything that impressed the Doctor so much. Sometimes he just genuinely likes them. So the first 10 to 15 minutes of the pilot are, you know, your slice of life of how Bill Potts lives. Oh, I think this is good. It grounds the character, it gives us a basis. And then it gives us the mystery, which is the puddle. Stephen Moffat tries to make us afraid of the mundane, you know, like shadows behind the sofa, not remembering why you went into a room, and now he's trying to do it with puddles, and at first he really succeeds. There's like a moment of like 10 minutes in between the introductory bit and the bit where the actual adventure starts. Bill is trying to figure out what's going on and why scary dripping noises can actually be genuinely terrifying. It then quickly picks up pace. It's like the slow methodological building up, like it took place several months at least, because we see Christmas and all of a sudden it goes into overdrive and they go whizzing about all across time and space. And I have to say, I genuinely love Bill. It's the remarks she makes fantastic. The moment she finally susses out that the TARDIS is not like an anti-room and it actually is its own thing inside a box that it's not as big on the outside that it is on the inside, the audience and me, I am part of the audience, hello, we finally go like, there we go, thank you for that moment, we were waiting. And it's a good comedy moment, it's not like an agitating, irritating moment. Doctor brings Bill and Nardole to the most dangerous place in the universe, which happens to be a Dalek war zone, and this is great. I mean, I don't mind the Daleks, I just find that they're very often overused as the Doctor's most dangerous enemy. I mean, they are the Doctor's most dangerous enemy, probably, even though I prefer the Mask. But I sometimes feel that they are a bit overdone. If there aren't any actual Dalek stories for a season, I wouldn't mind. I mean, back in the day, they didn't even have every Doctor meet the Daleks more than once. Seriously, can you imagine? Peter Davison had the job for about 4 years, 5 years, and he only met them once. Tom Baker only met them twice, and he had the job for 8 years. So yeah, lots of good stuff. In the end, I like the reveal about the monster of the week, which is at first genuinely terrifying. It gives off that entire ghost girl vibe, you know, like in The Ring, the drowned girl in the well bit, drooping hair, black, good stuff. But we get a nice resolution. Not everything is a pull out of your ass weakness in order to defeat the monster of the week. This was a good solution, and it gives us a nice closing to the story as well. And that's about it. It sounds weird. It sounds like I've been talking a lot about a lot of nothing happening, because basically all they do is they chat, they meet a monster, they run from the monster, and then they're like, maybe we shouldn't be running from the monster, and it stops. Because this is one of those things that I have issues talking about. Like, I tried to make a video about train spotting, and I ended up, you know, describing characters and situations more than anything. This is a more character-driven episode than it is about all the scary bits and look at how strange and weird Doctor Who is. We learn more about Bill than we do about the world of Doctor Who, and that's good, because like I said, Stephen Moffat's intention was to give the series a soft reboot. So in order for people to be easily able to get on board with this series, Bill has to be relatable and nice. And I love Bill, genuinely. Not a bad word about her. And I'll have to start talking about him now. Nardole. I was really afraid when they announced that Matt Lucas would be a regular / semi-regular on Series 10, because when I watched The Husbands of River Song, he just felt like a bit like a one-joke character whose job was it to be afraid of things. Well, like I said in The Return of Dr. Mysterio, I like when they brought him back, they gave him a bit of a condescending attitude towards the Doctor, and he moans and whinges a bit. Okay, fair enough. In the bit with the Daleks, he's absolutely terrified, but he's got a good reason, because Daleks are supposed to be scary death machines. Leading up to that, he's snarking a bit, which I always approve of, and he's a bit of a sounding board for the Doctor to bounce off of on, so that this new character, Bill, doesn't have to be immediately expert in his new world. Her new world. Like, I mean his, like the Doctor, okay. So that the character Bill doesn't have to be an expert in the Doctor's world immediately. So when Bill finally susses out that the TARDIS is bigger on the inside than the outside, after about 5 to 10 minutes, Nardole goes like, oh, we got there in the end. That's great. That's fantastic. I love that. He actually gave me a couple of good laughs this episode. Especially at one point he goes like, oh, banter! My Matt Lucas impersonation is probably absolutely horrible, especially seeing as the fact that that man has no hair and I have way too much hair. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best episode of Doctor Who ever, but it's a great start of a new series. And especially a great point where new viewers can get on board as well. Now, let me know if you think I missed the point on this episode completely. If I've been an idiot, please feel free to insult me in the comments. What does this gangster mean? Don't give me a thumbs up. Thumbs ups are for losers. And make sure you don't subscribe. Don't follow me on any of my social medias. I have a Twitter, a Facebook, a Tumblr, LinkedIn, personal Facebook, a MySpace, a Goodreads, an Hello, a Reddit. Well, what I'm trying to say is that I just do these things for fun. Well, if you're watching this and you're one of the several people I've told to stay away from all public social media related to Doctor Who, and you saw that coming soon trailer, how blown are your minds right now? You didn't see that coming, did you? You didn't see that twist? You didn't see what's coming in the finale this year? Yes, yes, yes!